not to drag my mum, but when I came out, something she said to me was, "Aren't you going to be lonely?"
Oh.
And something I've heard from other gay men when they come out to their parents is a comment from one of them would be, "That's such a lonely life. You're going to be lonely." And I think that that's a sad thing to say for one. I can almost understand why that would be a concern for a parent, because I think, as you said, there were no obvious representations of healthy, happy same-sex couples when they were in the 60s or whatever. But I do look at a lot of my gay friends and people, and I do find that gay people seem to be more single than straight people. And that is maybe a huge generalization, and maybe just from what I'm observing. But from your experience dealing with gay clients, is that actually true?
Yes and no. I think probably the studies will show that there are more single gay men out there. And I have seen plenty of gay men in professionally and also personally who have long-lasting, really incredible, beautiful relationships that work for them. And so, to me, I see both sides of it. But it is completely possible to have a really fulfilling, beautiful gay relationship, and to be in community with other couples who also have queer relationships. And I think that's kind of what we need. Like, the building blocks of foundation of a community is having some relationships, and whether it's a partnered relationship or an open relationship or whatever, and then having a community of other people around you that you can be supported by and travel with. And, I think that's the goal.
Yeah, I mean, that's
people.
good to hear then. That's reassuring.
Yeah.
Do you think that gay men can often develop hyper independence, which can prove challenging when they do want to bring someone else into their life and share spaces or share, their friends and things? Is that we've kind of built up a hyper independence because we needed to, which actually isn't lending itself well to having a romantic relationship.
Yeah, and we know that from the studies with attachment science. So attachment science is basically, it started with parents and caregivers, and it looked at how, infants would attach to their caregivers, and would they be secure, would they be insecure? And there's been studies that have translated this to adult attachment relationships, adult romantic relationships, and we know that gay men fall a little bit more on the avoidant side of things. And so in that case, yeah, I mean, if you think you're socialized male in many cultures around the world, and then, what do we value for masculinity? We value strong people who, don't cry and all this kind of stuff, and they make money and success is money. Then it's difficult to actually emotionally rely on somebody else. It can feel really scary.
Yeah, because I have my own place, and I know a lot of gay guys have their own place. And the idea of having another man live in my house, I don't know. I'm just like, this is, I've made this thing for me. So that's a thing. I don't know. I find that maybe a confronting and also a sad realization that I would find that difficult. Do you see that?
Yeah. And if you are going to bring another man into your place, are you going to create a place that's actually bigger than the sum of your place and his place that's going to be your place? How is it going to feel to let him redecorate a little bit and bring some of his stuff in?
I don't know. There needs to be a separate room. I think that getting a neutral space together is probably the ideal, right? You just start afresh rather than, I don't know, but I'm sure not everyone's as neurotic as me, so I'm sure it's fine. When you do see gay couples come in to therapy sessions, what would you say are the top struggles that they have as a pairing?
It usually falls into one of two buckets.